Hey everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, bringing you my review for Fantastic Four issue 6. And this was a pretty enjoyable issue. It came off of the wedding issue and got us back into what's going on with Doom and Galactus. And it's pretty much more of a setup issue. There's some humorous moments in there, but it's more setting up for what's going to be coming next. So we open up and we're in Latveria. We see this town kind of like gearing up for what's going on with Galactus and trying to get everybody to safety. Everybody kind of secure in the knowledge that Doom is doing what he can to save his people. And we see him using his new kind of herald, who's the Zora young woman that he had talked to in the first issue, and that she's been imbued with some kind of power, at least what we don't know in the beginning, as she's attacking Galactus, and he is sending his servo droids to kind of attack as well. He, of course, gets the information from his survey network that the Fantastic Four are illegally crossing into Latveria and sends Zora to go and intercept them. So we see that Johnny and Sue are getting on their new Fantastic Four outfits. It's kind of funny because Sue's turned herself invisible. Ben's making the statement that he's at least got the modesty to turn his head away to let her do her thing. But of course, Reed's like, listen, we've got to deal with Galactus and Doom's big ego. That's a pretty big challenge. Get our heads in the game. It's like, okay. That's, of course, when Zora starts her attack and Sue's able to get up a shield, but she's got this really pretty much cosmic power that we learn of later, and that she's going as Doom's herald. They at first thought it was Galactus's herald, and we're like, okay, Galactus is attacking, but he doesn't have a herald at the moment. Or one that we haven't seen yet, so it'll be interesting if that comes into play later. But she's calling herself Victorious as her name, and is just going after the Fantastic Four. We see that everybody kind of scatters. Reed's able to get Sue. Johnny, of course, flames on and goes after Victorious, and Ben kind of falls down and breaks this lady's fence, and she's like, you bad Americans, why are you messing with my master? And he's like, what the heck, lady? And she's like, my goats too. But of course, Reed and Sue have been able to corral the goats and bring them back. She's like, what about my fence? So, even though she's kind of being, well, rightfully, a giant orange dude comes crashing down into your field, and there's like bedlam going on, I can understand a little bit of a reaction, but Ben wasn't trying to do any harm to her, and the goats are brought back, and I bet you if there's enough time, Ben would be like, I build you another fence. So it's kind of cool seeing Latveria's perspective and how Doom has controlled information to always spin that the Fantastic Four are always just this meddling little side thing to them. Of course, Reed is trying to get more information on Victorious, and Johnny's able to kind of get the lowdown on her of how she helped with the rebellion, how he imbued her with the power of a star, pretty much, and like, oh, two and two together, cosmic force. Of course we know this. And she's like, I got enough power to destroy all of you. The Fantastic Four's like, yeah, you can also destroy yourself. Johnny, of course, is pretty much thinking of her as a challenge, being like, yeah, I can deal with her. He's like using. I really liked how he's going, oh, how'd you meet Doom? Using like the supervillain dating app kind of thing. I'm like, yeah, Johnny, you'd go there. But while this is going on, we switch and we see that Dr. Doom is using magic against Galactus, using the Crimson Bands of Cyttorak, which is usually a play that Doctor Strange would usually use. So I hope that that's kind of explored a little bit. I'm like, ooh, that's interesting that Doom would be using that. But of course, Galactus is like, magic is just another form of energy in nature, which I consume, breaks it, and Doom gets flung off, and he's like, magic is nothing but a tool, using it for misdirection. He sends his droids in for another attack, and they destroy more of his Galactus's regulators. He's like, those are really important. They're more than just regulating how I do things. It's like, it regulates kind of his hunger and all that, and how he feeds, and then he kind of goes into an I need mode as he stumbles off. Now, granted, he goes away from the village, and everybody's hailing Doom, but he goes off towards the Fantastic Four, and he's saying, I need you to Victorious. It's like, oh crap. And Doom's like, do you know what you've done, Doom? You're mistaken. He's like, mistake, miscalculations. This is all going to Doom's plan. It's like, why do you need Galactus? Do you need the Fantastic Four? Do you need to use this woman as your pawn? It's like, it's classic Doom. So, we'll have to see how this spins out. I really liked how they were trying to make Doom into more of a hero figure. Now, granted, I don't mind Doom in his villainous ways of trying to conquer the world, but his way of conquering the world is very similar to Kang's, and it's not that they want complete and total power in and of itself. They usually think that they're the best at what they have to offer, and that ruling the world is the best logical option because they can prepare the world for all these various different things. That's kind of why I like Doom as a villain, Kang as a villain. That's how they kind of usually roll. Now, granted, that doesn't excuse most of the things they've done. I mean, powering up somebody with the cosmic power, not really telling them the full extent of what that actually means, is a pretty dick move. Pretty much in Doom's wheelhouse. So, this issue wasn't really bad. I was just like, oh, okay, we come off the wedding, and this is more of a setup issue. I kind of get that, but I kind of wanted a little bit more, maybe a little bit more interplay between either the Fantastic Four or more of a focus on Doom and his relationship with Victorious before the Fantastic Four kind of come in. So hopefully we get some more kind of resolution to what's going on, and hopefully we move into some more different kind of things. I don't mind Galactus and Doom. I like that we're checking in on them, but I kind of like the Griever and kind of want to see new stuff with the Fantastic Four, and maybe, hopefully, we see a kind of check-in with the Future Foundation as well. So those are my opinions on the issue. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.